Move in silence.
You talked about me, you doubted me, you deserted me, you left me for dead. Watch me checkmate, and I'm going to do it in silence. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say a word until I win. There are seasons in life where we get to that need to be played and lived out like a chess game. Don't talk until it's time. A chess player does not talk until the time has come to the checkmate. Man, stop talking about everything you want to do. I would rather tell the world what I've done than what I'm going to do. There are enough people talking, just make the move and don't talk until it's time for the checkmate. Move in silence. One of the most underrated superpowers on earth is moving in silence, thinking in silence, caucusing in silence, meditating, praying, and working on your craft. Do the dark work behind the scenes where nobody can see it. Nobody can congratulate you, nobody can affirm you, and nobody can celebrate you. I'm doing this thing not to be celebrated. I'm doing this thing not to be noticed, acknowledged, or supported. I'm doing this thing because if I don't do it, I'm not going to achieve what it is that I'm after. This is the power of moving in silence. If I'm going to move in silence, I've got to know how to plan in silence, think in silence, meditate, and pray. I put the work in behind the scenes. Nobody can see it but me. Every rising star that you see, every innovator, trailblazer, creator, philanthropist, minister, business person, athlete, or entertainer, we see them at this height, but we don't see the work. You were not there when they cried and bled and sweated and almost quit. They almost threw in the towel and they were left alone to continue the work, to pray, to believe, to think, to caucus, to plan it out, and then execute and come back and shock everybody. I'm not going to say a word until I win. I'm not posting about it. I'm not trying to prep you. You don't need a trailer. I'm going to make an announcement that I won, not that I'm working, but I won. Checkmate. Checkmate. Somebody shout checkmate. Successful people have mastered the art of spending time alone. They understand the power and leverage points. When I get time with myself, I get in my head and I get in my heart. I understand my behaviors, my belief systems, and my parameters. I know what I need to do and how I need to execute in the day. They understand it's a superpower, but everybody doesn't need to know what you're doing. This is why we have so many copycats, knockoffs, counterfeits, and frauds. You brought people along with you that were not in your inner circle throughout your process while you were building it, instead of just revealing it after it was already done, because this is the type of season I'm about to step into. You talked about me, you doubted me, you deserted me, you left me for dead. Watch me checkmate, and I'm going to do it in silence. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say a word until I win. Just show up and be finished with it. Stop telling the world every step of the process and you haven't won yet. Win, 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 and after you win, then let them interview you, let the contracts drop on the table, let the documentary come out. But win without a word, and when you win, checkmate. Checkmate, checkmate. Understand your limitations. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where are you losing? Where are you winning? How do you need to change your beliefs to align with the correct behaviors? What type of behaviors, parameters, and values do you need to have established and hardwired within yourself? Who do I need to become to accomplish what it is I've been destined to do? When you spend that time alone and you can think, pray, and meditate, and everybody's not in your mix, you're able to grow something that can leave a legacy and impact the lives of millions of people. Never underestimate the power of getting alone with yourself and getting dialed in with what you've been called to do, and then how you're going to go about doing it. Often, we find the person who's living in paycheck to paycheck doesn't want to think. They just want to work and get paid. It's the millionaires, billionaires, six-figure earners, networkers, busy bees and peas, and people that are out there shaking hands, stepping into rooms and arenas, building products, creating opportunity, innovators and trailblazers. These are the people that have spent time alone thinking about what it is they've been called to do and how they're going to execute. They move in silence, they think alone, they pray alone, just for a moment, just for a moment. Just for a season. Nothing wrong with getting together with friends and family and having some corporate construct, but there is an unfair advantage when I can get along with myself and talk to myself in the mirror. I tell myself, self, you've got stuff to do. self, you have things to become. Self, there are ways you have to go about this, and you need to be flexible, you need to be agile. Is God first in my house or nothing else? We start to establish our values, and we start to understand ourselves and what makes us tick. Everybody doesn't need to know all the moving parts, the pain, the tears, and the sacrifices that you have made. Just show up on stage and win, and after you win, then you can talk about how you want. If your dream only requires you, then it's not big enough. It starts with you, but it doesn't end with you. Your team is coming, but it starts with you.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Be the best version of yourself. Be unstoppable. Until next time, stay motivated, stay positive, stay awesome. Peace out.